What's up, guys? Today I want to explain everything about basic capacities, what is mean, how is working that, how we can implement it with the kids. Okay, the first and the more important is we have to understand what is mean conditional and coordinative. Yes, conditional is all the basic capacities. What is, for example, a strength, endurance, a speed of the reaction, and flexibility. Yes, and the another, what is coordinative, is, for example, a balance, ritmo, space and time, and after I will introduce a little bit more to everyone understand. Yes, okay. Now we will speak, for example, about endurance. Yes, endurance have different things. The one of that, what we use exactly for our sport, is when the kids need to make a full endurance. How we can do that? For example, when one kid push to the another, when the kids pull the another kid. Yes, this make endurance for him. There is a maximum endurance what we use in our academy. And there is another part of endurance, what we call it isometrical. Yes, isometrical endurance. The idea is time of detention in the muscle. When the kids do like a skating position per long time, this also improve the endurance for them. Yes? Okay. Now we will speak about a speed. We have in the speed different line of speed. A speed of the reaction, a speed, maximum speed, and a technical speed. Yes, a speed of the reaction is when the capacity when you hear something and you do the movement. For example, the kids are in the line, you use the whistle, and the kids when hear the whistle they move. This is a speed of the reaction. The more faster what they can get, they can get one stimulo and they can make the reaction. Yes, now will be a maximum speed. This is mean you are in point A and you need to be in the point B. The more faster what you can, in the less time what you can arrive. Yes, this is a maximum speed. And technical speed is, for example, when the kids need to think faster to do one movement. For example, when the kids feel they will fall and they already make a skating position, this is a technical speed because they already know about that. Yes? Okay. Endurance. To understand endurance, there is two different of endurance. There is aerobic and anaerobic. Yes? In aerobic is long time to doing one activity. For example, marathon, for example, half marathon. Yes? And there is the other part, what is anaerobic. This is mean, is a strong, but is short time. Like for example, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Yes? But it's short time, but the intensity is very high. Like for example, heat. Like for example, they need to run, change the direction, run. They need to jump here, change the direction. All that kind of things is endurance. Yes, is the time to doing the activity per long time. But when it's aerobic, it's long time in the same way, in the same speed, for example. But when it's anaerobic, is when they have to change and faster, go here, back, go there, come here. Yes, okay. Coordinative is, for example, when they have to control the balance. Yes, they have to control the balance, they have to control the ritmo. For example, when they have to cross over and come back to the same, cross over and come back to the same. Yes, this is the main idea. Now I will explain how we can introduce that in the exactly sport what we do. Now I will explain exactly how we can implement that what I told you in our sport or in our academy. For example, when you have level 1, yes, or level 0, let's start to say, for example, level 0. In level 0, they only need to coordinate the balance. Yes, this is the more important. They need to coordinate the balance. They need to translate the equipment. For example, they coordinate the balance, they go to pick up something, they come back. If you feel the kids is difficult for them To control the balance, you have to stop them and to do the activities static in the same place. And you start, for example, what the coach Masa explained for you. For example, hands, hands, knees, knees, turn around, crabs, go to one side, go to the other. The idea is to introduce them in the movements. Yes, to they don't do big movements, to probably they don't fall. Because the more important in level 0 or try class is how they control properly the skates. Yes, okay, this is first part. Second part will be how to fall and how to stand up. Yes, this is the basic part, the basic. How we can do that? For example, you put one line and the kids have to follow the circuit, follow the circuit. The kids have to go down, the kids have to go to one side, the kids have to go to the another, they have to pick up something. In the try class is the more important, have to be so fun with them. Actually have to be in all the way so fun, but in the more important is that in the try class, these three more important parts: how they can control the balance in the body, how they can fall, and how they can stand up. I will explain how they need to fall. The kids need to fall in the knees and in the hands. Yes, like baby position, like 4 legs. Yes, like cat. Yes, like 4 points of suspension. Yes, because if the kids falling back, they don't have protection backward to they can protect themselves. But if they go front, they have protection in the hands, they have protection in the elbows and in the knees, for that they can go front and they can fall properly. How is the ideas how we can explain that activities for them? We say, for example, what I use, yes, but you can use wherever you want. Yes, I use, for example, guys, I'm a monster, and I close my eyes. When I close my eyes, you can move. Yes, and when I open my eyes, I will go to catch who is not underground. Yes, this is mean they have to fall in the properly way. Yes, and that way I push them to move a little bit and fall, to push a little, to stand up, move a little bit and fall. Yes, this is one kind of way, but you can use wherever you want. For example, you can pass one noodle. Who is not underground, I will catch. Whatever option you want, but the main idea is they need to know how to fall properly. Yes, the second point is how they translate the elements. The idea is to they move to point A to point B. You can use wherever. You can use, for example, let's play kitchen. You are a chef and here is the ingredients, here is the kitchen. You will pass all the ingredients to the kitchen and you have to go on back. Yes, this is one way. The another way, for example, you put one line of cones and you will be in the middle with the noodle and you say nobody can pass, and you pretend you will push them. Yes, but what is the idea? They have to move, they have to stop to check, to analyze if they can pass, and after they can pass, of course you let space to they pass. Important in that level, we cannot do anything fast because they cannot control the body. Everything have to be normal, relaxed, space. For example, there is another exercise when we say, for example, let's move frozen, move frozen, move frozen, or move frozen, dance, move frozen, turn around. Yes, that exercise don't let them move so much, but let them control the balance of the body. Okay, this is level 0. I will explain how we can implement that in the another levels. Now, how we can implement the basic capacities in the level 1.5 or 1 and in the level 2. But now we will speak about level 1. For the level 1, the more important also is to control the balance in the body. Yes, for that all the activities what you will make is, for example, they make a flamingo position. This is make they stay in only one leg. Yes, they change the direction. For example, they go to one side, after they change to the another, after they change to the another. How to do lemons, open, close, open, close, open, close. How they do chicken position, how they start to introduce in the skating position, how they need to bring the legs up. Yes, because in that level it's difficult for them. They walk like that, like they didn't remove the wheels from the floor. Yes, for that the idea is to they start to move, to activate the body of them. Yes, in that we do a lot games. In the games is I run, I stand up, and they have to change the direction because when the kids go front, it's difficult for them to change the direction to the another side. But have to be something important here. When you do that kind of games, you cannot approach them so fast because they don't know how to change the direction. Yes, for that you have to go slow and let them change the direction for themselves. Yes, this is the first. Second thing, we can put again translate of the equipment. Second thing, they have to do, for example, you put lines and they have to move one leg, they have to move the another leg. The idea is to understand they need to control the skates. Yes, for that all the exercise what you make, for example, lateral, go backward, turn around, go pick up something, turn around and come back, all this kind of the exercise will improve how they control the skates. Now level 2. In level 2 they already know a little bit more. They already can play a little bit more faster. They already know how to control a little bit more the skates. But we continue in the same idea. How to change the direction, how to do zigzag, how to do, for example, a slalom, how to turn around, how to make a skipping in the skates, how to, here we start to introduce how they need to jump, how they need to go backward. They will control the skates, but in a little bit more difficult exercise for them. And in level 3, continuing the same idea, but the challenge of the exercise is more. But the idea is to understand ability and agility. Yes? And if we introduce, for example, a strength, in the strength will be, for example, the exercise when they have to push each other. Yes, but this exercise can be only for level 2 and level 3. Level 1 is so difficult for them they will fall. Yes, in level 1 and level 0 is only introduction of how to move the skates. After level 2 or level 3 we start to make more different activities for them. We will focus the more and the maximum in speed, in the ability and agility. Yes, how I already explained about ability, how they can control the body, how they can control the skates, and agility is how they can move the body with more flow, they can coordinate the body. Yes, this is the more important part. I will explain um, how you can make the exercise, how you come in the idea of the exercise. First have to be the evaluation. When you say for them, let's start to do the 5 laps warm up. No is today go 5 laps and you go to forget. Yes, when they do the 5 laps is to you see how is the level what they have in that moment, because the kids change the level faster. Yes, for that you can see, if you see the majority of the kids cannot bring the legs up, this is mean more the exercise what you have to do is how they need to bring the legs up. Yes, the legs up, and you can start to create your own ideas, like for example soldiers, like for example robots, like wherever you want, but the main idea is they bring the legs up. Second thing, for example, in level 2 actually they don't know how to stop, is how we can introduce them how to stop in the basic exercise. You already know how to stop in the skates, I already know how to stop in the skates. For that you will get the idea how to stop and you will do a step by step. First, okay, we have to move one leg 45 degrees, for example. You found one way to you explain the kids how to move that leg 45 degrees with one exercise fun. After, you need to move the another leg, you explain for them how to move that leg in the 45 degrees. Yes, this is mean the exercise, the movement, you will open this movement in many movements. Yes, and you start to explain one by one to arrive in after to mix all the movements to get the big idea of the movements. What in that case is how to stop. Yes, exactly the same for how to jump. Yes, remember they need to know how to jump and how to control the skates. All the idea, all the abilities, all the agilities we have to make to they control properly the skates. We have also test or evaluation for the kids. Yes, But the idea is you can make every day one small evaluation, what you cannot explain for them, but you can see. For example, you say, okay, guys, let's go 1, 2, 3, jump. And you can see there is kids who they think they know how to jump, but they didn't remove from the floor. They jump like that. Yes, they didn't move up. Yes, they only move like that. This is no jump. For that, you have to explain for them how they need to jump. What is mean jump? How and you start to say, for example, first we need to make a position, after we have to move the knees up, we have to remove the wheels from the floor, we have to go front. You explain all the activities. Yes, and remember, activity, game, challenge, activity, game, challenge, activity, game, challenge. This is the methodology. Yes, all the activities have to be nice, fun. Yes, the game have to be full fun, and the challenge have to be restrictive. Yes, they need to learn. They really need to learn how to skate. Okay, how you can make evaluation for your kids? Yes, I will send few videos, I will connect few videos. What is the idea, how the kids need to practice, how the kids need to play skating? Yes, and you will compare with your kids with that kids what you saw in the video, and you can understand, that kids control the skates like that, they know how to jump, and you will start to connect. The idea is to the our kids can be in the properly level, to they can control the skates in the maximum what they can, ability and agility.